their way out of it to spare their operations from rebel attacks. These payoffs have come to be known as revolutionary taxes, a catch-all term for money extorted from businesses.
Either for the company to put up its own security force, meaning mag-arm siya, hire personnel and arm them, or give revolutionary taxes to the NPAs. No, it's a business decision. Kung ayaw nilang magbigay doon sa mining companies, magsasarado talaga sila. No?
Ferdinand Libatic has experienced this firsthand in the 3 mining firms he's worked for. He says at first, rebels would send a letter to firms asking for basic necessities such as rice, clothes, and other food supplies. Once they comply, the rebels would soon demand more and more, and at this stage are often emboldened to set a deadline. The communists often demand cash of no less than 1 million pesos, and sometimes even firearms.
Nung nag-deny kami ng ganon, naging harsh sila. Sinampulan nila yung pan namin, yung pick-up namin, may bulldozer din kami at saka back na kuwan. Sinunog nila. Siyempre, lalo kami natakot.
The firms insist they do not intend to support the NPAs. They're just victims of harassment.
Ang number 1 na victim ng extortion ay itong maliliit na companies. Kasi nasa bundok ka, pagkatapos pag walang mga military support o di kaya mga police security, so sila ang unang tinitira. Anong magagawa ng company kung wala silang armas? So, sinasampulan eh.
According to the Mines and Geosciences Bureau, in cases like this, companies are allowed to ask government for assistance in improving their security forces, but it'll come out of their own pockets.
They have the option to set up the security force, no? They can hire up to 120 special capgus, and this will be supervised by the army. Of course, this will be supported by the mining company. So medyo magastos din. You have 120 people who are not kasama doon sa production. You're just doing security. These are administrative overhead costs.
There's a greater sense of urgency now. What with the president putting an end to peace talks, lawmakers are now urging mining firms to lodge formal appeals in seeking the national government's help to deal with the widespread problem.
They should put it on paper. They should bring out their voice. The House of Congress is a listening body. Lahat ng issues, for as long as it's legitimate.
Duterte laid down a simple ultimatum to the miners: shut off all ties with the NPA or I'll close you down. The miners all say they're ready to do that, just as long as the government gives them the support they need to address the rebel problem once and for all. In Baguio, Shaila Francisco, Bloomberg TV, Philippines.
Philippines in the news. The military pushes for local peace talks even as it braces for attacks by NPA rebels following the end of negotiations. We're counting the hours until the next Miss Universe is crowned. Will our bet Rachel Peters bring home the country's 4th crown? And the Ateneo Blue Eagles are just 1 win away from claiming the UAAP Men's Basketball Championship.
This program is presented by Bank of Commerce, an affiliate of San Miguel Corporation.
Good evening, I'm Mai Rodriguez. Thanks for joining us. In a few hours, the universe will have its new queen, and 1 out of 92 women from all over the world will emerge as the successor of Francis Iris Mitterrand. Makoy Popioco tells us what pageant fans are saying and what to expect on Coronation Night.
Is Rachel Peters bringing home the Philippines' 4th Miss Universe crown? The 26-year-old Filipino-British model is up against 91 other candidates from all over the world, the universe rather, and her Filipino fans are rallying behind the country's bet.
Go, Rachel! Sana manalo ka, iwi mo yung corona sa Pilipinas para masaya kami lahat.
Hello, Ate Rachel, ibalik mo na ang corona sa Pilipinas.
Pageant enthusiast Jewel Lim says he will sleep early so he can cheer for Peters once she walks on stage.
Nagvo-vote kami sa Twitter at sa Facebook para para support din. Alam mo naman, mga bakla nagkakaisa pag Miss Universe season. Like boxing, magkakaisa silang lahat. Ganon. We are one. Wow!
Lim and all his fellow hairstylists in this salon are excited to watch the pageant's biggest night. like a Manny Pacquiao boxing fight. The coronation night is a yearly holiday for Lim and his friends.
Satisfaction, pag nanalo tayo, syempre, masaya ang mga salon.
Halimbawa manalo si Rachel, are we expecting a promo from you?
Pwede naman mag-promo kami para lang ma-celebrate ang pagkapanalo ng Pilipinas.
They're also looking forward to seeing Miss Universe 2015 Pia Wurtzbach, who returns to Las Vegas as one of the judges, alongside talk show host and pop culture expert Ross Matthews, and former America's Next Top Model mentor and judge Jay Manuel. And who could forget Steve Harvey, who had to apologize to Wurtzbach for mixing up the results. He returns to host the competition for the third year. Model and body activist Ashley Graham also comes back as the backstage host. Another highlight, American pop star and former Black Eyed Peas member Fergie is performing to make it a one-hot coronation night. It all happens at the Axis at Planet Hollywood in Las Vegas. Makoy Popioko, CNN, Philippines.
Miss Universe fever grips the country. Netizens are sharing how excited they are for our bet, Rachel Peters. Peter Paul Tumlad on Twitter says, quote, "Can't wait to see our very own Rachel Peters conquer the Miss Universe stage. All the love for Miss Universe Philippines." This one says, "Kaya mo to, Miss Universe, bring back the crown." At Aishi29 says, "We got your back, Rachel." But here's a fearless forecast. Comedian and TV host Vice Ganda claims the crown, saying the next Miss Universe is from the Philippines. Rachel Peters sends her message to Filipinos on Instagram. She posted this picture holding her sash. She says through the competition, she has learned so much about herself. She says no matter what happens, she already feels like a winner. Thanking her supporters, she says, "You've all been incredible and you've all done your part. Now it's time for me to do mine. Mahal ko po kayong lahat," unquote. Miss Universe happens Sunday night in Las Vegas. That's tomorrow morning in Manila, starting 8 a.m. Let's find out what are the chances of Rachel Peters winning the Miss Universe title. Our Christine Jacob Sandejas talked to her mentor. Watch this.
What competitive edge do you think she has over the other beautiful candidates from all over the world?
Number one, her body is to die for. She has an athletic, sexy body with infinite legs. Aside from that, she has a personality. And secondly, her walk, her stance, her presence on stage, it was purely, I can say, outstanding. The costume was designed by Val Taguba. So we asked Val Taguba to prepare sketches for the national costume. And he prepared several. And then when we saw this Golden Sarimanok national costume, Rachel and I readily agreed that this is it for her. We really wanted to be different this time and to highlight Rachel's body. In the coronation night, it's going to be very sexy, highlighting Rachel's figure.
How and will that affect what she will actually wear on coronation night?
Secret. So you just have to watch out what she's going to wear on the final night.
We bring you more stories and updates on the pageant later on. First, the latest in the UAAP, the Ateneo Blue Eagles draw first blood in the finals against the De La Salle Green Archers. They're one win away from snatching the title from their arch rivals. Here's Paulo Del Rosario.
It is 1 up, 1 down for the Ateneo Blue Eagles. The Katipunan-based squad takes Game 1 of the best-of-3 final series against their bitter rivals LaSalle in a hot-blooded series opener in the UAAP Finals, 76-70. It was a team win for the Blue Eagles, who saw 4 of their players get into double-digit scoring. But it was their defense that left an indelible mark on the game. The Ateneans limited reigning MVP Ben Mbala to just 8 points, his lowest ever point total in his collegiate career. For LaSalle, the bright spot was a play of point guard Algin Malesio, who led the game with 24 points. The game's physical and aggressive nature was punctuated by an accidental elbow from Mbala that hit Ateneo guard Matt Nieto on the brow. The Ateneo player was left bloodied on the ground. That's when Mbala claimed Nieto's father threatened him. The LaSalle big man defends himself, saying the incident wasn't intentional. But Mbala chalks it up to experience and wants to move on from that issue in Game 2. The second game is set to be another tense yet entertaining affair, Will Ateneo complete the sweep of their rivals, or will LaSalle finally get on target and extend the series? We'll find out on Wednesday at the Big Dome. Paulo de Rosario, CNN Philippines.
The long wait is over. The megastar and the bad boy of Philippine cinema are reuniting on screen once again after 16 long years. They're joined by one of today's hottest love teams, Joshua Garcia and Julia Barreto. Tristan Nodalo talks to the stars of this pre-Christmas offering.
Magandang gabi.
Ano na naman?
Adobo.
I'm on a diet.
How about you, my anniversary? Do you want some adobo?
Ayokong tumaba.
It's one of the most awaited, unexpected movie comeback and reunion movies of the year.
Ito po yung pelikula na punong-puno ng pag-ibig. Kailangan naman natin matuto muna. Pulo tayo, politika, gera, yan. Ito naman, wala hong edad. Wala hong edad sa pag-ibig. Kay veterano ka man o bata ka man. Sa pag-ibig nito, ang lahat ay panalo.
After their box office hits, pagdating ng panahon ng maging sino ka man, megastar Sharon Cuneta and Robin Padilla are back on the big screen after 16 years.
Ako, excited. May konting, syempre, ninenervyos ka because you don't wanna be too contento and too complacent na, hindi kikita na yan. I mean, it's a healthy dose of confidence lang sa akin kasi maganda yung produkto namin.
Helmbe Award-winning director Cathy Garcia Molina stars cinema's Unexpectedly Yours tells the story of a woman on top until she loses it all. And then comes a man who woos her. Padilla says is grateful to portray a character that suits his age, unlike the usual leading man roles.
Ako, masayang-masaya ako sa role na ginampanan ko dahil edad ko. Sa wakas. Kasi may mga laging role. Pinababata ka, yung mga ganun. Naiinis ako dun eh. Kapag binibigyan ako ng ganung role. Eto talagang gampanan mo yung ikaw. Masaya ako.
Joining Cuneta and Padilla are two of the most promising stars of their generation, Joshua Garcia and Julia Barreto, or popularly known as Josh Lia.
Maganda ang experience yung mga trabaho sila na dapat ma-experience ng mga kagaya namin na baguhan.
Coming from their blockbuster success Love You to the Stars and Back, the Josh Lia love team says the film shows their playful side.
Yung Love You to the Stars and Back, mabigat yun, di ba? This one, nakapaglaro kami, nakapag-tawa-tawa.
Sobrang relax lang namin.
Joke siya ng joke, hindi na siya umiiyak.
A movie made for modern families, a hilarious take on love and taking risks. Tristan Nodalo, CNN Philippines.
The megastar also talked about the end of a woman's childbearing years, a topic also taken up in the movie. Here's her advice.
Hindi ko maintindihan bakit yung iba baka hesitant silang pag-usapan to. It's a reality of life for women my age. I'm just waiting for it. I don't know why it hasn't come yet. Maybe it hasn't. I didn't even notice. But in this movie, it's not only featured, it's actually celebrated. It doesn't take away from your personality, from the person that you are, from you know, your self-worth. You know, it's just a fact of life that we all have to face. And I'd like to believe I'm aging gracefully, and I'm very happy, and I love what I do. I can't imagine doing anything else.
When we return, President Duterte is offering the Mega Drug Rehabilitation Center to soldiers. We'll tell you what the military plans to do with it. And fans of Josh Lia want to know what the real score is between the two. Joshua Garcia himself gives you a hint. Watch out for those stories only here on Newsroom Weekend. Hello to our viewers on Facebook. Thank you for joining us tonight. Live na naman tayo sa Facebook. Maraming salamat po. Bago ko kayo batiin, I'd like to know your thoughts on the Miss Universe pageant. Ilang oras na lang po mangyayari na yan. I know marami pa rin pageant fans dito sa Pilipinas, no? Tayong mga Pinoy mahilig sa mga beauty queens. I know when we were kids, diba, pinapanood natin yan, Miss Universe. So inaabangan natin every year. So malapit na po. Tell us your thoughts about your own bets, kung may mga favorites kayo, kung may fearless forecast kayo. pwede kayo mag-comment dito lamang sa Facebook Live. And of course, kung meron kayong mensahe para kay Rachel Peters, pwede nyo ring sabihin yan or isulat yan dito sa Facebook Live. Marami nang nag-greet sa ating Philippine bet kay Rachel Peters. Marami na ring excited para sa kanya. Marami na ring nag-claim ng crown, like si Vice Ganda, sinabi nga niya, the next Miss Universe is Miss Philippines. Sa tingin nyo, mangyayari kaya if ever this is gonna be is it gonna be our fourth crown for the Philippines, no? If ever, kasi after Pia Wurtzbach in 2015, she claimed the title in 2015. So ngayon, yun, aabangan nga ng lahat. At narinig nyo naman yung mga fans dyan sa mga beauty parlor. Narinig natin sila. I heard also na yung online voting will resume on pageant night. So as soon as the pageant starts, pwede na ulit bumoto sa internet. So now we'd like to greet some of our viewers. Si Kent Kent? Patingin niya. Babasahin ko na to. Kent De La Torre, watching us from Japan. Si Fernando Orpiano Miranda, watching from Canada. Si Roylan Santiago is watching us from Navotas City. Okay, again, sabihin nyo lang, who do you think will win this year's Miss Universe crown? So, yung bet natin si Rachel Peters, marami pa tayong storya about her. If you remember si Pinky Webb, na-interview siya back in May. Fresh pa yon from her winning the Miss na Binibining Pilipinas Universe. Nanalo siya noong May at pumunta nga siya dito sa CNN Philippines. So we look back to that interview at also dun sa mga forecast ng mga pageant experts. Meron din tayong balita tungkol dyan. At yung latest dun sa nangyaring National Costume Competition. That's also part of the Miss Universe pageant that was held last week at kaninang hapon na live stream yan ng official Miss Universe account ng YouTube. So also on to more serious news, may update din kami doon sa proposed Bangsamoro Basic Law. Si David Santos ay magbabalita mamaya kung ano ang latest sa peace process with the Moro Islamic Liberation Front. He will also report on the movement or the efforts in Maguindanao. Nagbalita siya tungkol sa mga nangyayari, mga kaganapan sa Maguindanao, especially on efforts to drum up support sa pagkuha ng suporta para sa BBL, sa Bangsamoro Basic Law. Also, isa pang binabantayan naming storya ang paghahanda ng ating militar, ng ating armed forces para doon sa sinasabing intensified attacks na ine-expect na ng ating militar. Si AFP Chief General Guerrero mismo nagsabi kanina na he expects that the NPA will intensify their attacks. Mamaya may balita tayo dyan. Stay tuned for more stories. This is the newsroom on CNN Philippines. Welcome back. With peace talks with the communist movement now in limbo, the prospects are at least brighter with another rebel group, the Moro Islamic Liberation Front. Thousands are now gathering in Maguindanao to drum up support for the proposed Bangsamoro Basic Law. Our senior correspondent David Santos reports from Cotabato City.
Proposed Bangsamoro Basic Law up for deliberations in Congress in the coming weeks. Moro groups are coming together in Maguindanao, perhaps to show that the bill enjoys popular support in this region. Now, more than 500,000 people, mostly members of the Moro Islamic Liberation Front and their families, are expected to show up for Monday's Bangsamoro Assembly. Of this number, only about 5,000 will be allowed to attend the program that will be held at the old Maguindanao provincial capital in Sultan Kudarat town. That's just next to the MILF's Camp Darapanan. Now, aside from the MILF, a faction of the Moro National Liberation Front, as well as representatives from the Christian and indigenous peoples communities, are also joining the Bangsamoro Assembly. Their leaders will be presenting resolutions and manifestos to enhance the proposed law, but also to express support for its passage, which has been in limbo since the Aquino administration. Organizers have invited President Duterte, including a number of lawmakers, to the ceremony.
There will be also parang inputs on how to explain to the public, to the Bangsamoro, ano yung BBL, at baka may mga inputs pa sila. So it's a whole day event. The President will be there only in the culmination part in the afternoon. But during the day, may mga different speakers.
As of Sunday afternoon, hundreds of unarmed MILF combatants have lined up the streets of Sultan Kudarat town. Aside from providing security, this is also somehow a show of force to remind the government and to the public that the MILF remains to be significant even after the signing of the 2014 peace agreement. In Cotabato City, David Santos, CNN Philippines.
The military suggests local governments can still pursue the talks with the rebels. AFP spokesperson ᴍɪᴜ Padilla tells CNN Philippines local governments have succeeded in reaching out to rebels. He says the objective, after all, is to assure the surrenderees that their needs will be provided for and they can go back to living normal lives.
On an individual and a small group scale, there have been a lot who have been surrendering already. Many of them also bringing their firearms with them. So by our estimates, those that we have confirmed reached about more than 400, and in the unofficial list that are still being processed, about 700 more.
The military is going to use parts of the billion-peso mega drug rehabilitation center in Fort Magsaysay. Padilla tells CNN Philippines they will use these barracks and temporary shelters or quarters for soldiers undergoing training. The rest will serve as temporary offices for units whose buildings will undergo repair and rehabilitation. However, parts of the rehab center, which can house up to 10,000 patients, will continue to operate.
Not a lot have been brought there for rehab. We do understand that I think almost 1,000 only have gone through it, so it's built for 10,000. So much of it has been excess capacity and is underutilized. So in order not to have that facility go to waste, I think the President has decided to turn over a big part of that to our troops who are assigned in the camp.
This statement comes after President Duterte said on Friday he's giving the facility to the military. The 100,000 square meter center opened in October last year. Former Dangerous Drugs Board Chief Junicio Santiago told CNN Philippines early this month that the facility was a miscalculation, saying smaller regional and community-based facilities would be better. Still counting down to the Miss Universe pageant, but first, let's talk about the national costumes. Just this afternoon, the official Miss Universe YouTube account streamed the video of the competition held last week. Among the crowd favorites, Miss Thailand, who wore a Thai mythology-inspired costume based on the goddess of lightning and the thunder god. On Twitter, Nika Cornejo says Miss Thailand's national costume is amazing. Another says the costume is powerful. Chan B on YouTube says the costume tells a story and shows the treasures of the nation. Still ahead, are Joshua Garcia and Julia Barreto a couple? We find out later when Newsroom Weekend returns. Thank you again for joining us live on Facebook. Ayan, narinig nyo yung plano ng militar doon sa Drug Rehabilitation Center, the Mega Drug Rehab Center na nasa Fort Magsaysay in Nueva Ecija. Sinabi ni President Duterte no, na ipapagamit niya yan sa ating mga sundalo. At sinabi nga ni AFP spokesman ᴍɪᴜ Padilla na marami pang areas doon. In fact, it's a big facility. No? It can house 10,000 patients at 1,000 pa lang ang nakakagamit niyan ang mga nandoon. So, pwede talaga, sayang naman daw kung hindi magamit ng militar. So, now I can read some of your thoughts on your comments dun sa Miss Universe pageant na inaabangan ng lahat. So basahin natin ang sinabi ni Ted D. He says, no matter how good Rachel is, I think it will be hard to get back the crown. Because we just won 2 years ago. However, I did my part. I voted in the website almost every day. And he said, I tweeted 1 million times wishing her good luck. Si Aprodita Rivera says, Rachel Peters can do it. I can feel it because she is humble. Good luck and I will watch it. So who do you think will win this year's Miss Universe pageant? Tingnan natin kung si Rachel Peters can take home the country's 4th crown. Mag-comment lang ulit po dito sa Facebook Live. Marami na akong babatiin ngayon. Ang dami nagpapa-shoutout. Ito na, si Genevieve Balbosa says, good evening from Hong Kong. Si Junior Artemia says, nice one. Stephen Mitchell watching from the United Kingdom in London. Mario Alejaga says, okay, TY po, CNN Live. Ingat, mga bro, sabi ni Mario Alejaga. Si Randy Romelo watching from Germany. Hello to you. Si Judith Panerio Biznar. Hi. Si Micaela Cruz. Pa-shout out, sabi, pa-shout out Joshua please, sabi niya. Si Reynante Zoreta Ray says, pabati naman watching from Abu Dhabi. Hello, Reynante. Si LJ Abadinas. Hi, good evening to you too. Si Lisette Caers. Hello. Si Jeniza Chavez is watching us from Bulacan. Si Lou Patrick Aurelianeda watching from Surigao City. Kumusta dyan sa Surigao? Sana makadalaw ako one of these days, no? Magandang pumunta dyan at magpahinga. Mag-relax at mag-beach, ano? Sino pa? Si Ramil Basilad is watching from Singapore. He says, hello, CNN. Tapos si Casio Mary Ann watching from San Lorenzo, Makati. Glenn Elnas watching from Japan. Hi. Si Pedro Bebing Gales or Gales watching from Dallas, Texas. And si LV Hakulba. LV Cero Hales Hakulba watching from Jeddah. He says, she says, go, go, go Philippines. Ang dami talagang nag-root for the Philippines now, of course. Very excited na ang marami sa atin, all of us, I think, even here in the newsroom. Excited na para sa Miss Universe. Sino-sino sa inyo ang gigising ng maaga bukas? Tell us, sabihin nyo lang dito sa Facebook Live. 8 a.m. daw ang umpisa ng pageant, Manila. The newsroom's back with more stories. On-screen couple Joshua Garcia and Julia Barreto, also known as Josh Leah, have been sending kilig vibes to their fans, and fans have been wanting to know, are they a couple? Let's hear it straight from Joshua himself.
Kami po masaya sa isa't isa at kami po nag-enjoy sa aming ginagawa.
Ba't mo ginaganyan siya kung di mo siya ano-ano?
Mahal po namin ang isa't isa. Ayun. Nagkikare ho kami sa isa't isa. At importante ho na-enjoy namin ang journey namin. Kasama ang isa't isa.
Ito ang story
sa hirap at ginawa. Amen.
Big things come in small packages, and these 3 talented girls prove just that. Esang De Torres, Uma Martin, and Kyle Napuli, alternately playing the role of Matilda, shared with CNN Philippines what it's like to star in this Tony Award-winning musical. It's based on the 1988 novel about a 5-year-old girl with extraordinary powers. The young ladies also gave us a sample.
The noise in my head was incredibly loud, and I just wish they'd stop. My dad and my mum and the telly and stories would stop for just once. And I'm sorry, I'm not quite explaining it right, but this noise becomes anger, and the anger is the light, and it's burning inside me, which usually fades, but it isn't today. And the heat and the shouting, and my heart is pounding, and my eyes are burning, and suddenly everything is.
Matilda the musical runs until December 10th at the Meralco Theater. Bagging the crown isn't just about the walk, the glitter and glamour. CNN Philippines spoke to two pageant experts who share the formula for winning.
It's a combination of a lot of things that comprise about the winning formula. First, it's like what Sir Jonah said, hard work of the girls and pageant coaches like him. Yes. And then second is the girls' wit and intelligence. Third is the timing. Mm-hmm. We could factor in with that the explosion of social media and how our country has been enjoying a huge heavy sash factor when competing abroad nowadays. Yeah. And last but not the least is luck. Because no matter how one works hard for a pageant, if luck is not on her side, then she won't win.
What does it take? How do you train them? It's very different now because this wasn't the case before.
It takes a lot of time and effort. Like we start to train them from like 6 months before the finals of Binibining Pilipinas or Miss World. And it's very important that they absorb everything. So when they go into the battlefield, they're very ready. They're equipped with like knowing how to do your own makeup, because you have to know your face. Yeah. You know, there are other makeup artists, good makeup artists out there in the pageant, but it's important that you should know your face. And then also we have Q&A sessions, walking sessions. This is very important. So they're really prepared.
Now, before we go, take a look at these photos of our very own Rachel Peters and some of our strongest competitors in their evening gowns in the pageant's preliminary competition.